Welcome, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. Good morning. Welcome to HiveFest, Mexico. Glad to see you all here. Please come take your seats. If you can bear the sun for 20 minutes. We do have hats coming for everyone. Hive branded hats, they're on the way. So hopefully help you with the sun. Just wait for people to get in. I love the way we've got more people on this side because there's like the umbrellas here with the shade. Got the hardcore ones over here. Okay, let's get ready to rumble. You all happy? You all enjoying HiveFest? You mad lot. Well done, it's really, really wonderful to have you all here. Really, really wonderful. It's a long way to come, and it's kick-ass to see you all come in here and being highly energetic Hivians as you always are. Thank you very much. See some wonderful, beautiful faces on the front row here. All right, let's get this kicked off then. I'm going to just lead you through a few things about the event, give you a little summary of what me and partially Eddie feels Hive has done this year to get you a little bit excited because, man, there's a lot of good stuff going on Hive. Eh? Is there a lot of good stuff going on Hive? It's amazing, eh? You can't do anything but stay positive about it. So the first thing I want to show, does anyone recognize this project? Hands up. Yes, most of you. Can I get a shout out to what it is? The Ghana Boreholes project. So Value Plan has worked with a guy called McSam, and they're on their 12th borehole now that they've installed where the government couldn't install the borehole because I think the money went missing. So Hive has managed to install boreholes, and it's actually stopped a local feud between two tribes, which is amazing. It was basically the deal was stop the feuding, and the water comes in, and the feuding stops. It's like a 10-year feud, and lots of other stories like that. Amazing, amazing project. So congratulations, McSam, who can't be here, but he's kicking ass over in Ghana. A couple of shots of it there. People using these things every day. They used to walk miles and miles and miles to get water. This has stopped it. Anyone recognize this photo? Hands up. What's going on here? Sucre. These guys are machines. They just don't stop. They're onboarding people like crazy over in Sucre in Venezuela. I know Edmundo Churan. He's been one of the driving forces behind that project. I want to give a big shout out to him. Can we give him a round of applause? Because they're all watching. They're all watching on the live. So this is a great model for Hive to onboard businesses and use Hive payments. 3-second clearing, 0 fees, scanning QR codes on your iPhone. Unstoppable, un-KYCable cryptocurrency, paying to businesses from people who have earned it from blogging, right? This is an incredible economic model, and I think the whole world should know about it, and it's going to become a force of nature, in my opinion. So congrats to Hive Sucre for starting that model, and I'm looking forward to many, many more of these types of models going forwards. Congrats. I want to give a shout out to the guy because he's streaming. He's streaming the whole of HiveFest. Taskmaster. I don't know if you can make that out on the screen. But yeah, shout out to Taskmaster. He's live streaming. If any of you get a chance, just go contact him. I know most of you got his contact. He's on live stream right now on Twitter Spaces. Just go give him a call from HiveFest. People are going to love it. Just go say, hey, I'm at HiveFest. This is my project. And Taskmaster will ask you some very interesting questions and keep you talking all about your projects. So go and tune into his live stream. But the other side story here, well, it's not really the side story, it's probably the main story, is the Leo guys. I see a Nomad Soul over there. Where's Cal? Is Cal here? He's probably working on this. So Cal and Nomad Soul have put together threads, and they've sped it up so it's live threads. And what that means, I mean, we use it on our CTT podcast. So our users can go on this live, see updated comments from our audience, and we can upvote our audience as they comment live on our streams. I don't know anywhere else that can do that. We're currently setting up situations, I guess, with various content creators from various conferences that we've been to, where they're very interested in using this tool to reward their audiences. And I don't know who else can reward their audiences like this with cryptocurrency for live streaming. So really looking forward to this tool. Leo Threads, amazing project. Looking forward to it. Congratulations, guys. Keep the good work up. This one is close to home. As 3 Speakers, a video platform that we run, me and Dan. We wanted a way to get ourselves out of video storage. So it's a little bit of a complicated diagram. Don't pay attention to it. Even we can't understand it fully, Dan. But Nathan Sen, the guy that helped build this, is proof of access. So it basically means that you can get rewarded with crypto for storing other people's videos. And that sounds simple, but it's basically spaceship technology. And as far as I know, we're the first people to do it for video on-demand content. And it's not just video, it's anything on IPFS. So we literally have an IPFS storage mechanism for which you can get rewarded for storing other people's content. This is massive, in my opinion. A little bit of conflict of interest in saying that, but I really do believe in this, and I think this is going to be massive for rewarding people all over the world. Because there's people all over the world now testing this, and they are basically using their spare laptop storage space, and they're getting rewarded for storing other people's content. I don't know any other chain you can do that on. So, and I want to give a shout out to Nathan Sen for being the guy that came in and helped us finish this. So thank you, Nathan. Give him a cheer, yeah? Good lad. Anyone recognize this? Can you see on the SWC? Street Workout Community. These guys are in Venezuela. They're incredibly fit, incredibly healthy men and women. And they are effectively spreading the word of Hive with brands. The Hive community supports these guys, and they go all over Venezuela doing competitions in street workouts. And they're a bunch of badasses, and I'd love to have them here. We tried to get them here, but obviously the visa situation with Mexico and Venezuela was difficult. But I want to give a big shout out to these guys. What's that? Yeah, the sponsored parks. That's a great point. Thanks, Krimi. So the sponsored parks. So Hive's Value Planet again has helped sponsor a couple of parks. These guys have helped build them, and they're marketing them, and this word is spreading through Venezuela. So it's really awesome to see. Where is he? Slaven, the rally driver. Just finished the World Rally Championship in Greece, which is one of the hardest rallies in the world. This is a great opportunity for Hive. There are millions of people watching this. Millions of people watching you, Slaven. He's just like, yeah, I know. This is, yeah, he's such a humble guy, so honored to be part of this. And I actually went to the rally in Sardinia to see this. There are millions of people watching this. The potential for this, for us to demonstrate how we can reward our fans of this team to the other rally teams who have got millions of followers is massive. And we have a right to be there because we're in the rally. We can go speak to these teams. So I think that's what's going to end up happening on this on the long term. It's a great potential opportunity to reward rally fans, of which there are millions all over the world, for taking part and commenting on rally content. So this could be a massive thing here. So congrats, Slav, on finishing the last Greek rally. Awesome work. Awesome work. Does anyone know this one? Hive's top model. Hive's top model. Now, I know none of you lot were in the competition. But there's some lovely ladies starting to compete with modeling competitions in Hive. So thanks to apps like You, Peak D. It's really great to see these people taking part, and that's spontaneously happened on Hive. No one knows why. There is one that could win it here, though. There is one that could win it here. Maybe two. Oh, hold on a minute. Well, I'm getting carried away now. But yes, we have a great bunch of wonderful women on the platform. And the beauty of this is not just about beauty of women. There's much more to this. It's people blogging, posting, building community, building relationships, and they effectively rise in the rankings of these competitions. So it's really, really wonderful to see. So congrats to Hive's top model. So anyone know this one? Remind me, Eddie. Apologies. Yes, this is the fest. Yes, sorry. I'm getting carried away here. I'm thinking about Hive's top model too much. So Hive has started marketing this year, I think you could safe to say, thanks to people like Crimi, thanks to some of the guys in Venezuela and Latin America. There's big conferences going on. So this was Hive Latin Fest. And I've personally got calls now from Venezuela and from Colombia and from Paraguay from people saying, hey, can I come and use your app? I heard about you at this Latin Fest that we went to. And it's crazy. It's starting to happen. So any other comments from anyone in the audience from that? I saw you just about to, no? Yes, the same teams organize Caracas Blockchain Week. So that's going to be super cool to see. I'm actually going to go to that if I can get a flight and a visa there. Maybe you'll be going as well, Dan, we'll see, hopefully. So yeah, congrats to these guys. They're doing a great job over in South America, especially Fermaninko. Good man. Anyone recognize these guys? Yes. Where are they? Are you in the room? Everyone just pointed at you, by the way. Everyone's like... So Nathan Sen again. Is Chris Rice around yet? Yeah, he'll be a bit later on, though. So both of these guys took an amazing trip around the world to come here. Thanks for that alone. And they're building great projects on Dbuzz over there. But the other thing that they've been involved in, and I think has been very, very noticeable, is they've been to so many crypto conferences in Asia. And they're really one of the driving forces behind the spread of the word of Hive in Asia. And this is a massive, massive effort. And so thank you very much for that. And it's great to see these things. And I think you're getting a lot of good traction there. So congrats. I would like a round of applause for Nathan and the Dbuzz team. I thought it was in there somewhere. So at the end of the month, we've got Caracas Blockchain Week. And the Caracas, the Venezuelan community is putting on a separate 2-day Hive event after that. So we're all going to try and get as many people there as possible. But I've got a feeling there's going to be more people there than even HiveFest. Because there are a bunch of crazy Hivians over there in Venezuela. So it's nice to see. So yeah, looking forward to that. Again, Hive events organized by Crimi. These are amazing drives in Europe and America to try and get the word of Hive out there at different crypto conferences. So I'd really like to give a big round of applause to Crimi for helping out with that stuff. You're amazing. So good. I went to one in Vegas last week, and we're getting really good at having the stand set up with the different apps. Crimi's out there, basically grabbing people and bringing them to the stand and then going, you've got to talk to this guy. And we're just like a conveyor belt of talking about Hive, you know. It's really becoming a well-oiled machine, and it's really nice to see. So thank you, Crimi. Does anyone know why I've put this one here? Any guesses? You're not allowed to guess. Can you guess? Did you build it? This is Voltec, everyone. He's a very fundamental part of what's happening here. This is the integration of Speak Network video technology into different apps on Hive, where basically what we're saying is we as FreeSpeak, the video operator on Hive, we want to build ourselves out of our responsibilities and give them to you as a community to operate yourselves. But it's not a self-centered thing. It's like it's a proof of what the technology is supposed to be. We're all supposed to run each other's infrastructure. So this is one of the first moves on Hive to actually do that. And what's happened is Extensi and ActiveFit have now integrated FreeSpeak video technology. They're starting to run their own infrastructure as well. And so it means that they will actually have their own separate worlds built for them in the video world, so they can provide that service to their users. And at the moment, we're still semi-involved, but we're slowly but surely, as the Speak network progresses, building ourselves out of that and giving them and their community full responsibility to run that for themselves. So it's sovereignty and independence. And then we can take that to all sorts of other apps and video creators and content creators across the world, so they can have their own sovereignty and not rely on centralized infrastructure to serve their users. So I think that's going to be a really important thing. Can we get a round of applause for that? It was hard. Thank you, thank you. It's for Voltec. This is the FreeSpeak video app. So Sagar Karathi, 88, has been doing an absolute sterling job on building a really nice FreeSpeak video app to the point now where he's just integrated podcasts, and this is better than the web app. And I'm starting to use this as my main app on my phone now. It's really, really amazing. It's nice, slick. It's got everything that you need. There's still a little bit of work to do, but it's coming on really well. So I want to give a shout out to Sagar. Can we give a round of applause to Sagar if he's listening? Thank you. We all know this one, Keychain Store. I've been going around trying to onboard businesses. It's hard work to onboard businesses. I'd like us to try that while we're at the fest, just to see, to get feedback for the community. But this is a great app where you can put an invoice in, what you're selling, generate a QR code, and then someone can scan the QR code. I think that's the QR code to Keychain Store. There's no crypto on it. Don't get scanning it. But yeah, that's a great app. Studkev has built that. So shout out to Studkev. Great work. And I'm looking forward to seeing that advance. Can't go without saying V4V app. Brian London's here. The same thing's happening on that. Awesome app. This is more of a progressive web app, which I think is incredibly important. And so you can do the same thing. You can click receive on there, and you can receive cryptocurrencies, invoices. You can send it, and then of course it's also got Lightning integrated. So now you can blog, you can earn non-KYCable crypto, and then you can as a stable coin, and then you can pay Lightning invoices with it, which is actually something that Hive Cuba has been doing. Is Manu around yet? There he is. That's going to be super cool to hear your presentation next. So I understand people in Cuba are blogging and then paying their utility bills with the blogging money. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I really, really like that. Splinterlands land. They've released land, long awaited, but awesome, awesome work to see. I know the community is very, very excited about that. Like to moments. This is a very cool feeds, streams app. What would you call it? What's the word? My mind's going blank. Sorry? It's like stories? No, it's a Reels. It's a Reels type thing. So they've built Reels, thank you. They've built Reels, really, really awesome to see. Amazing short form content there. Good progression from LikeToo. And they've got a beautiful app as well. I really appreciate LikeToo's app. Again, if you can give a round of applause for them because they're doing great work. Nice work from Elmer. And then, of course, Peak the open projects. A few of the things that they do, they've open sourced a lot of the work that they do. So any app on Hive can integrate StingChat. Don't have to do any work yourself, you just have to integrate the APIs. Beautiful, beautiful work. HiveHub.dev, where there's loads of cool statistics about what's going on Hive. API node monitor, where you can monitor the status of API nodes, which maybe most people won't use, but for us apps, it's very important. And of course, the badges that they give out for doing various tasks, and lots more on there. So I spoke to Javi at Las Vegas, and he was saying he wants to try and make Peak the open projects more understood by the community. We really can gain a lot by integrating a lot of this stuff and save a lot of our own efforts. And of course, you've got HQ Magazine, where Smooms and Quirkery, there they are. Man, your trip here, Ray. That was amazing. I'll talk a bit more about that in a second. Crimmy looks amazing on the front of the magazine here. She's a little bit shy, but we can make her as red as possible right now. But I'll tell you, I was sitting last night when all you guys were partying at the top. Me and Eddie were finishing some of the accounts off downstairs on the check-in desk, and that magazine was there, and people were just walking by and be like, "Hey, who's this girl? And what's this?" You sell, Crimmy, you sell. This is Haas. Where is Archange? He's coming on in a second. So on Hive, you can log in without using a password, which is insanely amazing. And this has been making a lot of progression over the last year. So again, round of applause to you there for that, Archange. Awesome, awesome stuff. This is not in the consciousness of most people outside of Hive at the moment, and I think it will become a thing in the future. So another cool piece of technology on Hive. And then we've got Hive Multi-sig, which is very, very useful for apps like Urs and VSC, who are building all sorts of autonomous type things that we can use these multi-sigs for. It's a really, really cool project there. I know a lot of the devs in the room really like that one. I don't know if the devs want to give a round of applause for that or not. They don't. They do. They do round of applause. And then last but not least, as part of this HiveFest, we've got the movie premiere Free Chain, which I'm really excited to see. It's on Tuesday. Where is Lord Butterfly? And where is Little Lamb? They're probably still directing the movie. No, I know that they finished it 3 weeks ago. And they've actually been to Hollywood to try and sell it as well. So they're really active on that. And it's a lot more than it looks as just a movie. There's a lot more going into this. So there's going to be a red carpet event on Tuesday. Wear your dancing shoes. We're going to be having interviews by Neo, and he's going to be interviewing you as you go in and interviewing you as you leave and getting your thoughts on the movie. It's going to be super cool. Really looking forward to it. Okay. That's the end of what's going on in Hive. I mean, doesn't that make you excited about Hive. I mean, my gosh. I was going through this going, oh my gosh, is this really all going on? And this is just this year, you know? It's coming. It's really coming. It's going to be so cool, Hivers. It's got so many of the base building blocks coming into place now. I can't wait. Okay, try and quickly run through this. So I want to give you some details about the show and about the event. First of all, I believe it's right up there. You see those arch windows up there? That is the NFT showroom art gallery, and I want to give a shout out to Crimmy for just putting out a quick competition, like really short notice, and we've got 30 submittals, and they're all up there, they're all hung, and where is Alessandra White? There she is. She really helped out hanging that, and Eurosol as well. I want to give him a shout. So go see that. It's really cool. You walk in, and it's like a makeshift system. It looks really artistic, and it's a beautiful space for this art. And yeah, you can go scan the QR codes. Is there a QR code scanning competition on this, or are we? Well, maybe if the more people that go scan the QR codes, maybe there's something for the artist at the end. We'll see. Okay, come into the people traveling here. Raise your hand if it took more than 27 hours to arrive here. That's, oh my gosh. I thought it was like 3 people. It's like a third of the room. So, I mean, a lot of people traveled a long, long way to get here. And it's really, really amazing to see. It shows the keenness and enthusiasm behind Hive. Brian of London came complaining about how he was the longest. He traveled halfway around the world. And everyone was like, oh, poor Brian. And then we found out about Smooms and Quirkery, who did, was it 2 cancellations, 2 baggage losses with all the magazines? And one, okay, only 1, 2 baggage losses. My gosh. But you got all your bags? Amazing, amazing. See, they just don't stop. They just don't stop, these Hivians. And then we got Nathan Sen and Chris Rice, who effectively were, I wouldn't say forced, but their airline booked them the trip the wrong way around the world. So they went from Philippines to Dubai. How many hours did that take? 48 hours, yeah? What do you guys total? 48 hours. Sort that out. More than 40. Oh, see, now it's getting intense now. Raise your hand. Well, he's not here, unfortunately, but I'm going to put this in the speech anyway. There's a gentleman who's come in a little bit later today, and this is his first time leaving the USA for 27 years since his honeymoon. He's doing a speech tomorrow. It's Tross Paradox, in case you don't know him. So when he arrives later today, I don't think he knows that I told you, but just be like, give him a shake of his hand and say, are you okay? Just make sure he's okay. But he's great. He's really keen to come, and looking forward to giving you a speech tomorrow at this point. Okay, so quick demographics. Any guesses on the percentage of US citizens here? In the crowd. Give me one guess, someone. Shout a number. 30. Have you been looking at my sheet? It's 32%. We've got, how many from Mexico? 15 or 15? Close, 23% Mexicans. We've got 9% Canadians. Yeah, you guys are representing. Yeah, see that now they're all coming out their shells now. We'll watch those Canadians. They'll be taking over Mexico soon. And then Germany, 7%. Barely, it was nearly 5%, but you guys made it 7. Well done. So we knew many were apprehensive about the traveling here. So I just want to give a quick thought and shout out to Paul, the driver. I hope you all had a good, smooth drive with him. It's been an absolute mission to make that happen, but he's really kicked ass, and I've come close to having heart attacks on several occasions, but we're all here, apart from a couple that are coming later today, but everyone's safe. It's great. So thanks for persevering with that, guys, and coming. Transport out of here, we'll do something with Paul, if any of you want to go back with him. I feel like some of you are going to get comfortable here and you'll figure out your own ways back as well. So come see me and Eddie at some point during the fest and just let us know if you need us to book something for you, and we'll make sure that happens so you get out of here. And then we'll just give you a little kick like that when you go. Okay, on to some of the cultural things. Piñatas. I'm English. So when we were walking around organising this event, Gabby and Dan were talking about, oh, let's do a piñata. And I was like, oh, yeah, that sounds really good. And then I had no idea what it was. I was like, hold on a minute, what's a piñata? I've heard this word. So apparently, it's the thing where you hang basically a cardboard box, and it's filled with sweets. I'm English. We're on an island. And you smack it. You smack it with... So I was like, oh, that's great. We're going to have a load of Hivians smacking some piñatas later. So look forward to that. We'll be giving you a good... We'll be filming you, don't worry. And then on Monday, we've got wine tasting in the Val di Guadalupe. And to me, I thought, okay, wine tasting. And I went on this about 2 years ago with Dan, and it's one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had in my life. It's so beautiful out there. The sunsets are amazing. The wine is incredible. So I'm really looking forward to taking you all on that. That'll be our day off to like relax and get to know each other. There's a couple of ping pong players in the room, I believe. Hands up. Yes, we know this one. Where's the other ones? There is Buttcoins, Mike. So we're having a ping pong tournament. I think it's tonight. Is it tonight? Yeah, it's between the breaks tonight, is it? Or is it tomorrow? We'll check on the app anyway. I can't remember where it was, but it's just up there. I want to give a shout again to Taskmaster. He's live streaming this. Please book an interview with him. Go contact him. Get on his live stream. I think he's streaming from the Hive Blocks account. It's great content. Generate lots of traffic. Make the most of the event. There's also Crimmy and Neo just over here, and tomorrow it'll be similar setup. There's Neo. Give us a wave, Neo. How you doing? They're doing interviews on the deck chairs over here. So the idea is, as a bare minimum, the speakers will come off the stage and go straight to the interview to do their like high intensity, quick live stream interview, and we get some nice content of you. You can use that for your marketing later. But if anyone else wants to have an interview, anyone else wants to say something, anyone else wants to talk about HiveFest, please go see Neo and Crimmy and sort yourselves out a quick interview there. It'd be super cool to get the vibe of HiveFest across to everyone else, because there's a lot of people watching on live stream. So yeah, please go see Neo and Crimmy. Last one is, has everyone got the HiveFest app? Hands up if you haven't got the app. Do you want it? That's a bad question to ask on stage, and it should be like, no. So if you haven't got the app, it's just app.hivefe.st. And you can download it to your phone, and it gives you all sorts of cool features about the show. It tells you who the speakers are, what the venues are, places to go see. There's a map. And finally, there's this last section called onboarding businesses. And I want to try and make this HiveFest about talking to businesses. Whether or not we manage to succeed in onboarding them directly at HiveFest is a different question, but just go talk to them. Go say, hey, do you know, just look at this payment mechanism, look at Keychain Store, look at V4V app, show them how quickly the payments can happen, and get some feedback from the businesses, because you don't realize how difficult it is to onboard the businesses until you go speak to them. And we can build an appreciation in Hive about how hard that is and try and get more solutions made for it. And the last thing is, in your tote bags, well, there's a little bit more, but the last thing is, in this section, in your tote bags, there are some business cards. Go use them. Go give them to people. Go out. Let's go speak to people about this stuff. We're here. Let's take over Rosarito. Yes. Ooh, one person's going to do it. Who was that? Okay, for the rest of the day, to finish off here, we've got Beer Saturday. So Detlev is looking after Beer Saturday. He does it every year. So it's just a group of people who like beer. Get the night started off. So after the proceedings finish here at 5, 6, we're going to be going to Beer Saturday. It's on the beach. I've got it as in a bar on the app, but I haven't had a chance to update the app. So it's on the beach. But follow Detlev. He'll go and give you some nice beers there. And then after that, we've got dinner. And by the way, if you don't want to go for Beer Saturday, most people, well, not most people, some people probably want to go chill, shower, relax, and then get ready for dinner. So dinner's in Casablanca. Casablanca is where you've been eating breakfast here. But it's at the time of the sunset. So let's try and make it for the sunset, because it's beautiful here, and they've got the open windows. It'll be a fantastic dinner. Apart from the fact you guys drank most of the alcohol last night. But we'll sort that out. Then we're going to try to do some horseshoe throwing on the beach a bit later on tonight. And maybe some tequila tasting for those that are that missed the horseshoe, let's say. And then we'll go on to the town with a few people that want to go on to the town. Okay, so that's it from me. Thank you very much. Thank you. appreciate you all coming here. Honestly, it's really, really wonderful to keep HiveFest going and make sure that we keep this tradition alive. So thank you. And I just want to introduce Detlev, the man, the Beer Saturday man, the talented compere. So Detlev is going to be comparing for the show. So give him a round of applause, please.
Hello.
He's going to make the HiveFest personal, apparently.
Yeah,
personal information about us all.
I will be your moderator for the next 2 days, and I've attended so many HiveFests, and yeah, you did a great housekeeping session already, so I can't add much more to this. But
Thank you.
as I like to everyone engage with everyone else in some talks, some knowledge transfer, and so on, I created some fun facts about all the speakers, and whenever they come on stage, I will explain what they talk about. You have it all in the app. Everyone has the app, so I don't have to repeat this again. So I squeezed out of each of the speakers some personal information, which you might not yet know, to interact later on with this fellow speaker, Hivian, to really discuss other things. So you might start, or should I start? What do you like?
I'm into cycling. I used to cycle thousands of kilometers across America and Europe, and now I'm a little bit tired for it. I'm focused on Hive, but I love that.
As I know there are other cyclists around, keep him moving a little bit more, otherwise he will get too lazy or whatever. So you said you like to have a longer ride through Europe.
Yeah.
So this is at least a goal beneath all the computer stuff we are doing.
It's my excuse to drink beer, Detlev. You can cycle, lose the weight, and drink at the same time. It's fantastic.
You put it in your backpack. We will work it out. Different story. I like to start with this as well. So many of you know me from the Beer Saturday, but believe me, I have a real life beneath this and another life beneath that. So there are many other things. So when I'm not on a Hive, I like to travel and I like to dive. So I traveled quite a lot of this globe, and I had several hundreds dive wherever the water is nice and warm and comes with some nice visibility. Another part I thought about myself and being in Middle America, since years I have the plan, I don't have slides, since years I have the plan to travel just with a handbag or a little backpack for half a year through Middle America and South America. Might be some tough time, but it will be on my agenda. So anyway, there will be some more facts and figures from other people, from other speakers. And thanks, Starkers, thanks, Matt, for this great opening session. I will try to move you through all the other speakers. Love to see you all online, wherever you are. Please interact with us. Let us know some more things. I will try to get it together and bring it to the speakers and whatever. We are just a bunch of people who are here, and many, many more people who are out there somewhere in the world. Let us know, and we will bring your questions to the right speakers or to the different panels we have. And before I bring Archange to the stage, I'd like to give you a little overview what happened before you all have the chance for the next food, means lunch. And there we will have, from now, 3 speeches where we have different talks about different topics. Then we have a first panel discussion. We try to do it a little bit more interactive, where the well-known people from the blockchain will be on stage in the sun, I guess, burning an hour here with the questions from you and with other stuff from the audience. But first of all, thanks, Matt, thanks, Darkers, and welcome, Archange.
You done with me now, or shall I stay? Or?
I think you get a break.
All right, thanks all.
We handle it.
Cheers, gents.
Yeah. Archange.
Oh, I did.
The clicker.
Oh.
It took me a while to squeeze out of this gentleman some personal facts. And I got it. He is a keyboard switcher.
Yeah.
At the day he plays with his keyboard on his PC, and some other time, I don't know when, we will sort it out, he plays accordion. it's a different other keyboard where some music, noise, or whatever comes out of it. So we will sort this out this or next or whatever HiveFest, and we'll see how we get an accordion to the stage and have you performing. We might have some singers, so the Hive band will be formed sooner or later. So, but you have to tell something about the app you all probably use on your smartphone and what's behind.
Thank you, Detlef. Hello, everyone. It looks like the dress code here today is with a sombrero.
Yeah.
But it's burning today, so we were lucky with the weather because it was quite a bit chill other day. So, I have my slides, please. Friends.
Some slides would be there, and
Should be
it
there,
looks way more sexy if we have slides there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, we have to
You
dance.
can make one more joke if you want.
One more joke.
I know you prepared some.
The most important thing I like to let you know: use the app. There is a time schedule in, more or less. It's Mexican style, so we changed timing a little bit, but at least in that direction of speakers, we will be here on stage. We changed one for tomorrow. Still no slides, and we will go from there. Could you please switch to the slides of Arcane? You don't have
if you
slides.
don't have them, I will go.
Okay.
I will go without.
You go without slides.
Okay, so you know there is a app for HiveFest. You can install it like we do every year. We do some proof of meeting where you can set up your app, scan someone barcode, QR code, and then you need to have a talk for 1 or 2 minutes, something like that. And then this man or woman can scan you back. You get 1 point. There is a ranking at hivebuzz.me/rankinghf, where you can see your score and your ranking and how many people you met. On the HiveBuzz website, you can see who you met, who you didn't met yet. So use it. It's an icebreaker to make new friends. That's for the app. Next, I would need my
and it's
slide.
as well something else. It's
Yeah.
a great tool. I use it since years to remember after HiveFest. You know, some people of you might lose a little bit of memory because we have these evening sessions. So looking into all this stuff, you still recognize, I talked to that guy. I had a chat with Block Trades about whatever, so why not connecting him or other people after the event to stay engaged with the community?
Okay, the next slide should be about traveling to HiveFest. You saw how hard it can be sometimes to get to HiveFest. So we want to reward those that make it, that make that effort to come and meet Hivers. So if my memory is okay, on the first HiveFest in Amsterdam, we were around a bit more than 200 people. And then there was HiveFest in Lisboa, where we had 287 people being present. I don't remember the number of people going to Amsterdam then to Lisboa. Then we had Krakow with 260, something like that. Then we had Bangkok with 93 Hivers being present. And the previous one was in Amsterdam with, no, it was 93 in Amsterdam.
You mixed it up a little
and
bit.
129 in Bangkok. So we are 93 last year, and we had some people, some diehard, who made the first 5 fest. There was Roland. It's really sad that Roland is not here this year. Roland, we love you. Because he stayed on stage, I'm doing HiveFest just to receive a trophy, you know. Then there was Gandalf. Gandalf is missing this year. Gandalf, we love you too. We need you too for a blockchain. Then we had Dana, I wish it Alpha. Yeah, she's there. A great applause for her because it's her sixth HiveFest on site. Then we have Block Trades, who is there to help me later. Sixth HiveFest too. A round of applause for him too. And your humble servant here. I have met them all too, so it's my sixth HiveFest. And now we will see how many of you in the audience made 5 HiveFest up to now. There were 15 people that could receive the HiveFest trophy. How many of them are here, do you think? Do you guess? Give me a number between 1 and 15. You're not far. The first one, I thought this morning we lost him in a bar somewhere in Rosarito because he was missing. But no, he's there. Please welcome Jeff Jagu. Jeff, come. You then. So here your HiveFest trophy.
Whoa.
Yeah. You made them 5. Yeah. You didn't know? Great.
Thank you.
Oh, stay with us. Stay with us. Yeah. For the picture. Yeah, come on. You deserve it. The next one. He knows everything about not blockchain, but beer. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Detlef.
Thank you.
Be
Your
careful.
height is quite a good. I didn't know that this will happen.
Yes. And the last one, and not the least, if HiveFest is taking place today, it's thanks to him. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Starkers on the stage.
Starkers is in the interview.
Starkers, we need you.
On stage.
We do it the Mexican way, you know.
Yeah, interrupting
everything
him.
can happen. Amigo. Yeah, so you made them 5. Congratulations.
Gracias. Thank you. Oh man, that's so cool. I can't speak though. Well, that's just really cool. Thank you very much.
I thought he was talking to his mom and saying. Okay, so please come next year. I hope we will be more than 3 because slowly people are taking up their fest. So thank you for listening. Enjoy our fest. Have fun. And if you want to make proof of meeting or even proof of hug, go for it. Have fun. Thank you.
Okay, this brings us to the first speaker today, who will be Manu Photos. And Manu Photos is the founder of Hive Cuba. He's already prepared in his lovely Hive Cuban shirt. You have a micro. Come on stage.
Thank you. How are you, everyone?
Manu, great to have you here. There's your clicker if you need it. And we talked a little bit up front, not about all the stuff you are doing. We talked a little bit about what you are doing, where you are from. So you are from Cuba, which is not probably so easy to come here.
No, it's not, but for me, it was a little easy because I had the visa years ago, so it was easy in that moment. Now it's very hard to get the visa. That's why you don't see many Venezuelans or Cubans here now, but obviously they would be great of all of them to be here.
Okay, then I squeezed out as well a little bit more information about you as a person, and you might see him jumping, running, walking around with a camera because you are a beloved photographer as well.
Yeah, I love photography. I love what I'm doing. I try always to do my best at this. I'm also a web developer. I'm also a community manager. I'm a lot of stuff. I try to do my best on everything. I'm also the community manager of Twitter, of Kitchen on Twitter. Um, also, obviously, the Hive Cuban account too.
When do you sleep?
I don't get. And I'm going to have a child soon, so I won't have any sleep. So
Okay. Now we listen to your speech. You have 20 minutes, plus we have around
perfect.
10 minutes of question and answer. This starts normally when I show up again on the stage.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Well, hello everyone, and thank you for being here. I just wanted to say, if you don't know me, I know everyone. This day I know everyone because we had chat together last night and everything. But I know many people that don't know me from the last thing. So for them, I'm Manu. I'm Manu Photos on Hive. I'm the founder of Hive Cuba, and I'm here talking about a little bit about how we can marketing Hive to the real world by a community, because the community is all that we need. Um, so it's a big part of Hive. It's the base of Hive. There are also the developers and the DAS, but without a community, we're nothing. So I'm here to talk a little bit about the community in Cuba, how we managed to create that, and how we managed to grow and make something for the people there. I'm waiting for the slide. So, but basically, I wanted to show you a picture of our first meet that it was in a little a space called La Marca. It's a tattoo studio. Um, they were very happy to have us there, but there is a little I want to address there. That is that I didn't know how many people will come, so I was prepared for I don't know 10 people, 5, because the High Cuba community was like 3 months old in that moment. So not many people know about us. Not many people were aware about High in Cuba. But when we start, and I was talking, there was like, I don't know, 15 people, and then another one come, another one, another one. People need to stay, to sit on the ground, because there wasn't any more places for them to be on the chairs or anything. So it was a huge impact. And for me, it was the first time speaking in front of a lot of people. So I was very nervous, kind of like now. By now, because I'm not a good not that good speaking in English. So um, after that, I started thinking how we can manage to do this. Sorry, uh, in all Cuba. How we can reach all the Cubans? It's like there's a phrase that I like to say. That is, we won't stop until we get 11 million Cuba, because that's the amount of Cuban that is there in the island. Um, Because of that, I started thinking how we can market in this, how we can do it, how we gonna get to the people. Um, we started thinking, uh, we, s- uh, thank you. I can manage. Yeah, the photo I wanted to share about. As you see, there is like I don't know, 40 people, 30 that was there, and I was waiting for just 10. At the moment when we started, it was like 10, 15, and then all of them went there. Yeah, that's really nice to remember. And after that, we need to focus on knowing our audience. We need to focus on who are we going to marketing High. And when you think about High, you think about everyone, because everyone could be High. Everyone could do something on High. There's too many things. It's a whole ecosystem for everyone there. But who will easily know what High is? Who could post or at least learn everything more faster? And that's people that already know crypto. And there's a lot of people that already know crypto in Cuba because of our situation, because crypto is giving us the power to be one of more of the people in the world. Because without crypto, we wouldn't be able to, I don't know, pay for a service online, or pay any bills outside of the country, or even work for someone, or any company outside of the company, because you can get paid without crypto. from outside Cuba. So that was our first stop about it. And then we started to think about how we can do that. So we need to marketing high, not for people that only need to be in high. No, you know about crypto, you know about, I don't know, Bitcoin. You can even be a Mazi, and you can be on high. It's not a problem with that. We embrace all the other community, all the other blockchains to be here. That's something that is really nice that not many blockchains do. I only know high about that is doing this. So, and after that, sorry. After that, we started to work in social media presentation to everyone. We started to link with other. What? We started to link with other communities, crypto community in Cuba. We even got invited. Sorry. Yeah, we even got invited to a big event in Cuba that is what Bitcoin Acere. If you don't know the word Acere, it's a big word in Cuba. It's common for Cuba. So some people already ask me what is Acere, but that's another topic. We started to work in an organic way in social media and mouth-to-mouth marketing, because it is one of the biggest things in Cuba, marketing to mouth-to-mouth. We don't have a lot of these social media campaigns or anything like that that exists in our country. In Cuba, it's a little more smaller, so we gotta go with that. But until now, it's being good for us. We just need a little more push to get to all the people we want. And then by working with all this community, as I said before, we were invited to Bitcoin Acere, so I speak in front of 300 people in the same place, and there were like, I don't know, 4,000 on the live stream, so there were a lot of people listening about listening about how we managed to, I don't know, create content, get our tokens, and pay your bills. You can do that in Cuba, even without changing that for fiat. There is a way for doing that. But the other thing is, as a community, we need to reach the people. We need to help the society. And for that, we have made many great things. And there's always these things come from our community, not from me, that I'm the founder, not from some of my team. This always coming from the community. Like the idea of making a donation campaign after the disaster of a hurricane in Pinar del Rio. We went there, we bring the hell there. We made, I don't know, a video about it so everyone knows, their donation, where did it go, that it's here. And people were trying to know what is high, why are you doing this? And that's good too. But also, just by helping the society, it is really nice. It's really nice to do. The other thing we do is helping all the communities not crypto related to create real life impact in the society and awareness about our existence. And you can, I don't know, there is some projects in Cuba, not only businesses, that are trying to help the society in a way, in different ways. But I don't know, last month, we were invited to an event that is called Ciudadela. That is a project that is trying to get awareness about the ELA disease. That is really rare, but in Cuba are like 200 people, but there is no cure for that. There is a low life expectancy for you if you get the disease. And we're trying, they are happy, so we want to help them, and they're coming now to Hive too, but we were there, we were talking with them, and we managing to do something together. And that's something I think every community needs to do in any content, or even if you're not a country-related country topic community, I don't know, music, photography. There are many projects with any kind of topic. So, and one of the biggest thing in Cuba, Hive CubaCon. We need a space. We need a space to say, hey, this day, tomorrow, it's going to be an event that is all about Hive. For you, for all Cubans, for all communities. Just come here, and we're going to talk a little about Hive. We're going to show you a little thing about what we are doing, why you should be on Hive. Yesterday, sorry. Just a few weeks ago, we had our second edition of the Hive CubaCon. And the big thing is that the first edition, there wasn't any businesses accepting HBD. And in that event, you could even buy some, I don't know the word in English, but in Cuba, it's called queque. It's something, it's like a snack that you can eat. And people were buying that with HBD. You could also pay in fiat, that wasn't a problem, but the businesses were sitting in there, in the same, in the Hive CubaCon. And there are a lot of more businesses that are coming to Hive in Cuba, and I think we have at least 10 businesses accepting HBD there. Yeah, this is the Hive CubaCon, the photos from the last one. You see, people are having fun. People are not just sitting, listening to one guy, yeah, saying. No, they were having fun. They were looking around. We had some stand for the Leo Finance, SNC, and 3 Speed and Light to there. So people would come to a person and they would teach them, hey, this is what you do. No, this is what you do. This is where the app is. Because if people just see a presentation, they wouldn't get that much of the information. They wouldn't get that. So it is easier for you to show them in the moment. That's something we didn't do in the first Hive CubaCon, and we managed to do it in this one. So the other part is never stop making noise. You can never stay for 5 months without talking about your topic. You need to stay make noise all the time. So now we are here, but after this, we need to find something else to talk about Hive, something else that we can do, some other community that we can connect, or so we can keep reaching more and more and more people and telling this about this, because in Cuba, it's something that is helping a lot of people. So there is many success cases in Cuba that we can talk about. But I'm not going to do this because it could be a little longer. So for now, let me give you a little example of what we have reached in terms of numbers. We have more than I think it's 700 on-chain members now. So since I did this presentation, it keeps growing. More than 1,900 posts created in our community, just in our community, but think about people, it's not only in our community. Many Cubans are posting on photography lover, black and white community, light to Leo, all the does. They even play some Splinterlands there, shit there. We have more than 10, we have 10 businesses now, and 3 startups. That's not something you see in a community so easily. So people can use Hive to build something, so they have a start for their own without the need of many capital or the need of a company behind you. No. And I want to talk about 2 of them. One is Hive Translator. Is built by Noah Camilo. You might know him from our team. He built a website where you can put your content in Spanish, and it will be powered by AI, but I think it's ChatGPT, and you will get your content translated, and you can also use Markdown for that. You can only choose one of the buttons there and say, I want my post in this way, and you will get it. And it saves a lot of time for people for that. And you just then copy the test and you put it on PD or SNC or whatever you are posting, and that's it. You can even get a picture from Pixabay if you don't have a picture you own, and put it there. And the picture will have the link to it, so you can have the source of your image there in your post, so you can have the creator of the image. And it's also High Remesas that is. For me, it is big for the people that don't know crypto that much, don't know how to exchange it to fiat in an easy way, or they could have trouble with that. So with this, you can not only exchange the crypto to fiat, you can also pay your bills, like, I don't know, your electricity bill directly with HBD. Using HBD, that's so simple. You don't have to change it to fiat. They will do it for you, and they will just, I don't know, I think it is a small fee, but that's something, if you don't know about it, it is better to pay a fee than losing everything. I think so. So, and this is just two of them. They are hoping that in the next year we have more and more, and also more businesses to be accepting HBD there. So we have an agenda for the future, because we keep having ideas of what to do, and this is just a small of them. We want to build a landing website for us, for people can go there and know everything we have. We could have all our links there, not even to Hive. Maybe we can even have our post, the post from our community there. We can do that too. We want to reach Cubans in other provinces, because for now, most of the hivers in Cuba, I call it co-hivers, they are on La Habana, Cuba, and there are also a good community in Pinar del Rio. And I think the stuff we do here, we do there with all the head that we went, it makes people to know about Hive, and there is a big community there now. But we want to reach more provinces, we want to spread all over the island. And for that, that's one of the ideas what we want to do. We want to bring at least 30 local news businesses into Hive. For now, we have 10, so we want to keep growing, because if the hires in Cuba continue to grow, the businesses have to do it at the same time. So they managed to do a circular economy around that. And what a better way to do it than with HBD. We will also want to get Hive on national television. It's something that's very difficult in Cuba. We're trying. We have managed to be on the newsletter on Cuba and some of the magazines there, but we haven't get into national television. That's something that could be really good. We want to support the creation of more witnesses, because that's one of the other things that is the base of Hive. For now, we had the Hive Cuba witness, but we want for people to have their own witness, and we want to have them. People from Cuba, we want to have them, because if we made it, why they not? And also, we want to get that landing website into a DAT for Cubans, that it could have, I don't know, on-chain posts and off-chain posts. If you don't know about Hive, you just post like it were, I don't know, Facebook, something like that is not worthy. But maybe you could do it, because as a way for you to as a way for you to learn how to do this, and then you know, hey, this is also in Hive. Oh, this is a wallet. What is this? And you start to learn about that in an easy way. That's something we have in mind. And if you are interested in supporting our community, you should scan this QR. You should vote for our witnesses, and that's all you need to do to support us. That's all we want for people to know about in Hive. And I think that's it. I said thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for having me.
Actually, a really great presentation. I love to see how other countries adopt to Hive with the speed of your help and with the easiness of doing it. I really like the things that you use Hive to buy things in shops and so on easily from what people are earned by blogging and so on. So I like to see this growing.
Yeah, and I want also to say cheers to all my Cuban people there, and also to the Venezuelans that are doing a great job there too.
Okay, are there your applause?
Oh,
Louder.
Thank you, thank you.
You spent so much time in it, and we really appreciate it. Please do like you did before.
I will.
Okay. Are there any questions to this young man, Manu? No questions? Some online questions I didn't saw yet. So as we are slightly behind our timing, I like to say again thank you to you. And we see around the next days. And if you like to help the Hive Cuban activities, chat with him.
Thank you.
Welcome. We have another speaker, and as you see, I changed a little bit. It's damn hot in this poncho and hat and so on, and I switched a little bit to that orange color to give a big thank you for starting the whole HiveFest thing to our beloved Roland, who is still back in Orange, Netherlands, where they love the orange color so much that we even have orange hats here and so on. So Roland, we love to have you next time here on stage again. But the next speaker is coming all the way from Vancouver, and it's Grampo. And you are doing many years of HiveFest. I know many of the projects you did, but what I didn't know, and again I squeezed it a little bit out of him, he is a sports fisherman, and he showed me pictures of fishes. They were huge. He can feed he can feed his family for ages probably with this fish if he found a freezer. And we are looking forward to your speech. Thank you for supporting Hive all that years. Thank you for doing all the projects, your tokens, your whatever, and you have some new stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's your stage.
Thank you. Thank you, Dletlov, for your kind introduction. But before we start, I also want to extend thanks to Starkeys, because if it weren't for him, I actually don't see. He's probably running. Oh, yes. Thank you so much for organizing this HiveFest. We really appreciate the work that you've done. Thank you for bringing us to this sunny Rosarito, even though some travel plans took quite a bit of effort, but thank you. And Hive have a very special place in my heart. I really enjoyed this HiveFest because through all my years of corporate, expos and conferences, you don't get that spirit of shared success. We all wish success to each other because if you're successful, my project is successful. Today I want to present you something new, new functionality, and hopefully entirely new dimension for Hive. I will be talking about social shopping on Hive. And while the presentation that I'm going to give is mostly going to be about conceptual level, I want to note right away that all of that functionality is available today for all Hivers. And yes, we're talking about launching shops on Hive. So any Hive user can now launch easily a shop. Okay, I need to. Okay, so we will be talking about kind of shops where you don't need to run the inventory. Okay, you don't need to process credit cards. You don't need to answer customer support requests. The only responsibility that you have is to pick the products that you want to show in your shop. So basically, you're only putting products on the shelf. So how many of you are familiar with affiliate marketing? Okay, just a few words. Basically, you're running the shop, you're recommending products, but the fulfillment is processed by major suppliers. It can be a smaller shop, obviously, but Amazon, Walmart, any other. So you go register with them, you receive affiliate code, which you just go into your profile on Hive and you enter into your settings. So that basically any references that you're making to shop to any products from your posts, from your comments, from the shop itself, that will automatically include these codes. So that is, you do it once, it is very transparent. Okay, the only thing you need to do to add a product to your shop is basically like it. You heart it. You just find it on Hive blockchain, you select it, and it appears in your shop. That's really how simple that is. But it doesn't stop here. You can actually elevate your shop to an entirely new stage, and you can create an entire website out of your profile shop. Here you just add some colors, you add banner, you can have a very graphical shelves for your store. You can have wiki style pages to basically augment your shop with information on the topic. And you also have the opportunity to do news feeds. News feeds, you basically customize a feed using all the news that are published on the Hive blockchain and that relate to the topic of your shop, and you can have an interactive feed. So your site is not just a brochure with a list of products. Your site is actually very social, very active, and filled with the actual audience. Oh. Okay. I still can't figure out the clicker. Okay, the shop comes with multiple revenue sources right away. So when you launch your own website, it actually comes, the first one we've discussed, which is affiliate. So if you recommend products to people and they actually complete the purchase, you receive a commission directly from the supplier. But there are other revenue sources. First is, the second one would be advertising. So in fact, we made it so easy that you can go and register with Google AdSense, which is one of the largest advertising networks. You take the code, you put it into the settings on your website, and then you just select how aggressive you want to show advertising. And basically, that's it. Because the whole website is based off Hive, and you're getting access to all of the user profiles, you're getting access to all of the wallets, profiles, everything, so that users can just come to your website and use it as a completely front end to the entire Hive. And if they're posting through your site, you as the website owner also receiving beneficiary commissions. By default, it's 5% from author rewards. So it just comes as part of the package. The other important part are sponsored rewards. Sponsored rewards is basically when a merchant says, provides guaranteed rewards. So for example, if you share 2 photos of this product, like basically a proof of sale and a review, so the merchant can offer like $5, $10 for that post. So you as the website owner actually distributing these rewards, but you also receive about 8% from all of the rewards that you're distributing. One word about affiliate marketing. Actually, it's a little bit more complicated on technical side if any of you ever tried this. Like Amazon has actually 14 regional stores. And if you're not directing your buyers to the right store, you're actually losing commissions. So here, the only thing you do, you just basically get codes from different geographies, which you are primarily focused on. You enter them in the settings, and the system automatically redirects your users, your visitors. So if a visitor comes from Canada, they're being forwarded to Amazon.ca. If they're coming from United States, it's .com, and so forth. So it's really easy. And if any of you ever dealt with Amazon, they also have some tricks. Basically, if you don't generate enough sales in 6 months, they actually can cancel your code. They will give you happily new one. But now, if you're running like YouTube channel or anything, now you have to go to your archive and change all of the links to all the products that you ever referenced. So Here on Hive, you don't need to do this. You just come and change your code to the new one. All your backlinks, all your future links will automatically include the new code. So that's how simple it is to create your own website, full-featured with entire Hive functionality and with a wide selection of products. Now I want to take a minute and actually discuss behind the scenes what's going on. So basically, the way it works is a merchant can now place information about, publish information about their product directly onto the Hive blockchain. And from there, this information can appear on any number of shops by simply people referencing and saying, like, add it to my store. In 30 years of electronic commerce, if you look like how the coordination of product information is done between websites, it's actually, Excel is still a pretty common word. Excel spreadsheets, comma delimited formats, well, occasionally API, but API is notoriously difficult. So Hive can fundamentally change that. Because if a merchant needs to make a change to the product information, they just update one listing on Hive blockchain, and it's automatically updated on all of the websites that reference that product. So no more Excel spreadsheets, no more APIs, just very simple, very transparent indexing process. The next one is even more important, and we're talking about social, a part of any shop. Is that, for example, I live in Canada, and we go to Costco quite a bit. And Costco is one of the major retailers, just in case you don't know. But in spite of all that traffic they're getting to their retail stores, if you go to their website, there are barely any user reviews there. And I found myself many times like, well, I have to jump and check reviews on Amazon. Maybe I'll come back, maybe not. If this is a problem for Costco, imagine how much of a problem that is for small shops. So what happens on Hive is entirely different. If a user comes to any of these stores that reference that product and makes a post about that product, that is posted on the blockchain. So now this post is connected to the product, and so all the other shops are immediately showing that product on their pages as well. So reviews are shared between all of the shops that reference that product. It's seamless. It's very simple. Just think about what happens today in the Web 2.0. Every shop is essentially an island, right? They're trying to do their own database of users. They're trying to collect and build their own database and knowledge base about products. And each of them starts to collect user reviews from zero, right? And they're competing with each other. They're making life difficult to each other. But essentially, all of them are just struggling and doing the same work over and over again. Hive has an entirely different paradigm. Because no matter how small is your shop, you have access to the entire database of all the Hive users. You have access to the entire knowledge base of all the products. You have access to all of the reviews that are already published on the blockchain. So you are launching a very sophisticated, advanced social site in an instant. And it can compete with very major brands easily with all of the functionality in depth of information and user engagement that you will have on your site. So in regular world, if you look at basically the current situation, Amazon, which achieved a huge economy of scale, dominates the market, dominates the number of reviews they have, everything. And all the other shops are just basically struggling at the, trying to build their audience, trying to build their knowledge base. Some of them are more successful than others. But with Web 3.0, the situation is entirely different. We can allow small shops to actually stack on top of each other. They build on top because they already have the information about products. They already have reviews. They share the user base. So instead of just being all of these small silos, through Hive, all of these shops can actually work together. I don't know if they will ever compete with Amazon. but decentralized technologies have a pretty interesting track record in that respect. So this is a quick summary on the conceptual level, what's going on. And in the next few slides, I want to show you actually screenshots of real shops that are already running of the Hive blockchain. So this is a camping site with nice categories. It's called camping.social.gifts. It's in the left corner. I understand it might not be visible from afar, but you can open it on your mobile phones. You can open it, it's mobile friendly. You can open it on desktop. So they're using beautiful pictures to basically provide information about over like 3,000 different products and items. It started with a very small initiative. My friend was basically avid camper, and I asked him, can you give me a camping checklist? Basically, what kind of products do I need to take with me, just not to forget to take when on a camping trip? And then it became more and more complicated, eventually like adding a lot of options for every single item, and that became the site. So this is how product pages look like on the site. They're quite advanced and pretty recognizable for most people who do shopping online. What I want to point out is that the product not only have a gallery, but it also has options. So basically different colors, different sizes. So it's all supported. The data schema that we're using on Hive is very advanced. Also, the beauty of Hive, because it's a social network, so now you can augment product listings with actually social postings. In this case, you can see how the product is being used, and you can record videos, you can repurpose some of the videos from other platforms that are specifically saying they want their email, like videos to be shared, like from YouTube, TikTok. But the point is, the customer comes to the product page, they see actually how the product can be used, can be maintained, how it compares to other products. And it won't be Hive without a vibrant social feed. So this feed is just compiled from all the posts that are mentioning camping, outdoor life, hiking, and other related tags. And you have a continuously updated stream of news so that your visitors to your shop immediately are immersed into a community. So it's not a dead brochure, it's actually a very vibrant community that they can interact with. So there are other examples of shops. This is a coffee shop. Tomorrow, there will be a presentation from Clean Girl about how the like behind the scenes process of building one of these shops. I strongly encourage you to listen to that presentation. But the point is, these projects looks great. They're very well architected. They're also designed for search engine optimization and all the other things. So yeah, that's basically some of the screenshots, similar to give you like a flavor of how the design, these are all real screenshots from real products. Okay, I think potentially just in terms of user onboarding and everything, adding entirely new dimension to Hive, adding entirely new functionality such as shopping, I believe has a great potential. So it's open to all Hive users today. You can easily create a bookstore, you can create a custom store, you can be very basic about it, like just basically add products and they will be automatically arranged into categories, or you want to be very creative, you can, you want to build like wiki pages around it, you want to build catalog pages, shelves, it's all open, it's all available and easy to use. Thank you.
Now we have sound. That was quite interesting because this drives way more, let's say, normal businesses into the Hive audience. I guess some of you people might have some questions regarding this, hopefully. Who likes to open the next shop? What kind of shop do you like to do? And ask. Is there a, wait a second. There is a lovely man coming with a microphone to you.
Hi, so I built the Clean Girl shop and I'm going to be talking about it tomorrow. But I have a question. Do you think that in the future we are going to advance from just affiliate shops to even more advanced shops where we will have our own inventory, processing credit cards, things like that?
Of course. Today you can actually add a shop from, let's say, because most of shops would like to keep their processing of orders privately. Okay, because you don't want to disclose the shipping address for products and all of that stuff. So most of the fulfillment systems will probably continue to be on private solutions. So you can link today any private solution. Like if you have a Shopify, you can easily just basically take your catalog, upload it to Hive, and basically reference it in your own shop. And the beauty here is that you can combine it with items that are not necessarily in your stock, okay? So that, yeah, you can probably offer access to some of the items that are in your stock, but then also augment it with additional items that are supplied by somebody else. Like, for example, if you're building a store on Amazon, you know, like those private stores, you can only put products which you ship yourself. And that limits you immediately. Like, for example, if you want to open a bookstore and recommend best books, well, you probably don't want to be engaged in shipping all of them. Maybe you're producing, or maybe you have some, but maybe there are other products that you want to combine with yours. So this is the solution.
This is exactly a question I have, because my own shop with, I don't know, 20 books, we will have a chat later on how we could move this into that system and add some other books of some friends or whatever. Another question. There's a microphone for you. No question? We have another shy New Zealand guy.
I'm very shy, I'm sorry. If I was building my own custom community front end, how easy would it be to integrate the shopping features you're building?
Well, here you can, there are some tools that are designed to show the community here as well. So, but if you're designing some custom user experience, it's very simple. You're just launching a website. It has URLs, and you can embed these URLs as frames or, so we support custom domains. So you can basically add like a third level domain that you like and prefix the functionality you want to show there. It's highly customizable.
Okay, some more questions. As being in business probably as long as you are, what is the business model for you behind it?
The reality is, I was thinking also in terms of like onboarding people to Hive. And this way is that the shop owner actually can make it profitable for themselves. So they're not only just taking like Hive rewards and distribute them, but they actually can bring a lot of new audience. And the new audience which is focused on a particular topic. Okay, so like camping or coffee lovers, or it can be a particular sport, it can be fashion, it can be beauty, it can be any hobby. So you can have a site which doesn't look scary. It's not about like, you know, just, you know, get your keys and censorship resistance. Like, no, you're just basically offering information about camping. It's very useful, it's easy accessible, it's just a regular website. But as people becoming more comfortable, they see that there are some posts, that these posts have some rewards. It may get people interested. We also offer guest accounts, so people don't necessarily need to start using it with a full, you know, set of private keys. They can start with their just Google or Facebook account. They can earn some rewards. They can actually withdraw their earnings directly into Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Hive, HBD. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I like the idea to have this as a secret onboarding system for community-driven shopping. Thank you. Cool idea.
Thank you.
Any more questions? If not, I like to speed up a little bit because we are still a few minutes behind. And I like to, your applause. I like to search Voltec. Where is he hanging out? Already ready. You have a microphone. You need a microphone. Let's see how we get a microphone to you. Grampo? There are several microphones coming. As well with this young fellow here, I I'm more than happy to have you on stage with blue caps with Hive logo on it. Voltec is a smart guy doing programming on 3Speak, on SPK networks, and all the other things. And we'll talk about smart contracts on layer 2. All nice. But there's a guy on stage who is as well a person, and he need to do some things beneath all these computer work. So beneath doing all this fantastic work for the blockchain, he is biking and surfing. We discussed this morning at breakfast that the surf here is nothing. Can you switch it on? Let's see, it's on. No, it's on. Wait a second. A little bit more sound on that microphone would help to understand the speech. We will work it out. Maybe another microphone is coming. So that one works. It's on.
Test.
Oh, better. Okay. So biking, surfing. You look skin. You do more sports or more programming?
More coding.
More coding.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And also traveling. I like to travel a lot. I've been around like 10 different countries at this point, and yeah, just keep adding to the list.
We will discuss later on about traveling in our next goals. But now it's your stage. Have fun. We are looking forward to your speech. We have slides, so you have 20 minutes.
All right. So a little bit more about me. I joined Hive in 2018, originally for DTube. And I initially was like, all right, what's this thing that has a rewarding blockchain, decentralized video? It's kind of interesting. So I started doing some more research and looking into how the underlying technology works. And then eventually I got pretty involved in what was Steam at the time and now eventually Hive. And then in 2020, I got approached by Dan and Matt to start discussing what eventually became the Speak Network and working on that for the last 2 years full time. And now VSC, which is the layer 2 smart contract system, off-chain layer 2 smart contract system for Hive. VSC, since it is layer 2, it's on IPFS. All transactions, well, most transactions are on IPFS, and they're anchored into the Hive blockchain. So they all get synced up into the Hive blockchain. Given that it is off-chain, you could also use your off-chain accounts. So like the DIDs that we are working on with Speak Network. And those could also be just directly from Ethereum. So you can use your MetaMask to sign in and post and interact with this smart contract layer. That ultimately hooks in with Hive. Oops. Now, we all know, from the conversations I've had with a lot of people here, we all kind of know the challenges of Hive. You go to an Ethereum developer today and you ask, and you say, hey, you should go integrate with Hive. And they look and they say, how am I going to do that? There's no smart contracts, there's nothing I can work with, there's all these different standards. And even worse, you go to a manager and you say, wait, why doesn't your team integrate Hive? And then they look and they say, I'm not going to integrate that. I'm not going to pour a bunch of money. Because right now, to actually use Hive with smart contracts is very limited. You don't really have any good solution or any good actual standard behind it. Whether that's for NFTs, smart contracts themselves, or any mix of different things that you want to do on chain, it's really kind of hard. All right, so let's see. So I'm going to go into kind of a general structure of how VSC works. And hopefully it all kind of makes sense. I won't go too much into the tech side because that can get quite in-depth. So I'm just going to stick to, come on, all right. So VSC proper contains a validator-like system. So that's DPoS voted in validators using HBD as the main kind of governance unit. You lock the HBD into a multi-sig, which then gives you voting rights to actually vote in the top set of validators. That also will give you the ability to generate RC credits, which is not something that's going to happen now. It's just kind of a flat fee and no fee at all for the foreseeable future until that's implemented. But you'd lock in that HBD, which then allows you to then vote in those top validators. And these are kind of the top dogs of the network. They manage everything from the multi-sig to the final say of what actually happens on the system. They, in a sense, aren't too heavy nodes. They just go in, they process Hive blocks and VSC anchor records, and then do all the validation and sync it all the chain. However, the executors do actually the bulk of the work. So they will actually go out and execute the smart contracts. They will take in the smart contract JavaScript code, and they will take in the input data that is from the anchor chain, so all off-chain IPFS stuff. And then they'll compute the output. And so each pool is about 25 to 50 or so nodes, and they all have to sign off for the state to be updated of that contract. So this allows you to create multiple individual pools per each contract or set of contracts that then scale horizontally with load. So as you increase the overall amount of contracts and volume of transactions, then you would increase the amount of incentives for the individual node operators to go in and scale it out. So you won't have a situation where CryptoKitties goes in and it blows up and then all of the transaction costs just go through the roof. And then the actual smart contract VM. So it's all JavaScript based. So that means developers from the normal world can generally go in and work with the language. It's not some fancy EVM thing, it's just simple JavaScript. Now that being said, we could expand support eventually for EVM or WebAssembly, which would be more of a mature solution, which then we can offer other things like having EVM directly on BSC. Most on-chain operations can also work with, can be done through a smart contract. So anything from like transfers to account ownership can be done through your contract, which I'll have a bit more on that later. And so aside from just modifying the state of the contract, so like if you have a token ledger, you can say, hey, this person now owns this new balance. You could also do on-chain operations through the multi-sig. All right. And so the biggest thing that I want to push forward here is one-time RC delegations. Right now with Hive, for you to onboard a new user, you have to do about 3 different transactions over the course of about 3 blocks, so about 9 seconds. You have to create the account, do an RC delegation, and then finally they can interact with the chain. And additionally, that RC delegation, you either have 2 things that are going to happen. You either under-delegate or over-delegate. You either under-delegate by giving them too little RCs, where they have plenty enough for them to use, but you're spending all of this RCs that's now locked up in an individual account, which means that those RCs is stuff that you can't actually use. And in fact, with FreeSpeak, we have a lot of users that just have RCs in HP that don't use it. And almost 90% of our resources goes completely unspent. So instead, with a staked HBD that generates RC credits, you can